Hi students, welcome back to online classes. So today we are going to discuss that multiplication theorem on probability. Multiplication theorem on probability. So what is the multiplication theorem on probabilities? It is the extension of conditional probability. So what is that one is? I will take that E comma F. E and F are two events associated with sample space yes, clearly the set E intersection F denotes that both the events occurred. E intersection F, the set E intersection F denotes that both the events occurred, and also it is also denoted as E and F occurred simultaneously, and also it is also denoted as E and F occurs simultaneously. That means one by one. First F is happened, that is the first E is happened, then F will start. That means one by one it will be happens. That is called simultaneous occurrence, or E and F both are occurred. That is denoted as E intersection F. And also this E intersection F you can also denote it as EF. EF is nothing but E intersection F. In the notation, E intersection F is also denoted as EF. Okay. So here already in the conditional probability we have, what is the definition? The probability of E given by F. Probability of E given by F. What is the definition, students? That is nothing but probability of E intersection F by probability of F, comma, P of F not equal to 0. P of F not equal to 0. From this one, what we can conclude that already we know this from the conditional probability. Probability of E given by F is equal to probability of E intersection F by P of F, and P of F not equal to 0. If you can take this P of F to this side, what happens? P of E intersection F can be written as P of F into probability of E given by F. Probability of E intersection F can be written as P of F into P of E given by F. Take this is the equation number 1. Similarly, we know that by the condition probability, what is that one is? The probability of F given by E. So probability of F given by E we can written as probability of E intersection F by probability of E. Probability of F given by E. Probability of F given by E is nothing but probability of E intersection F by probability of E. So that implies take this denominator comma and P of E not equal to 0. P of E not equal to 0. Take this P of E to this side. What happens? P of E intersection F can be written as P of E into P of F given by E. So this is the equation number 2. So P of E intersection F you can written as P of F into P of E given by F, and P of E intersection F you can written as P of E into P of F given by E. From 1 and 2, what we can written as? From 1 and 2, probability of E intersection F we can written as P of E into probability of F given by E, comma, P of E not equal to 0, and this is also we can written as P of F into probability of E given by F, comma, P of F not equal to 0. So P of E intersection F can be written as P of E, that is the probability of the first function, into probability of second function, given that already we know that the probability of the first function, that is the probability of the second function, given that already know the probability of the first function. What is this one? Probability of the second function into probability of the first function. Already you know that already one is happened. What is that probability of F? Already know the probability of F is. So we can return in the both the cases. Okay. So see that question, students. P of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F given by E, and P of F into P of E given by F. This result is called multiplication rule. Multiplication rule of probability. Multiplication rule of probability. So see that condition, students. E and F are two events associated with the sample space S. E intersection F is nothing but, what is the meaning is, both the events occurred on E and F occurs simultaneous. E and F occurs simultaneous, one by one. So that means we have drawn the two balls one by one. Or understanding, without replacement, one by one, that is nothing but a simultaneous. So E and F occurs simultaneous. So in this case we will use this multiplication theorem. Okay. So E intersection F is also denoted as EF. E intersection F is also denoted as EF. Okay. So from the conditional probability of E intersection F, that is the probability of E given by F, you can written as a probability of E intersection F by probability of F, and P of F not equal to 0. Similarly, from that one we can from this one probability of E intersection F, take this term to this side, it will become P of F into P of E given by F. So similarly, this one you can written as a P of F given by E. F given by E you can written as a P of E intersection F by probability of E. So take this denominator to this side, it will become that probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F given by E. From 1 and 2 we can take this one. This result is called multiplication rule of probability. Multiplication rule of probability. Okay. So see that one, students. So see that one, see the example number 8. So what is the example is, an urn contains 10 black and 5 white balls. An urn contains 10 black balls and 5 white balls. 2 balls are drawn from the urn, one after the other, without a replacement. That is they are taken the 2 balls one after another, that is a simultaneous, without a replacement, that is nothing but it is a simultaneous, that is we have to identify that it is the multiplication theorem on probability, we have to use that condition. Okay. Without a replacement, what is the probability that both drawn balls are black. Okay. So see this one, students, how to solve this question is here. So see the solution. Given, what is the condition they are given? Given an urn contain 10 black and 5 white balls, and 2 balls are drawn from the urn, one after another, one after the other. So I am taking the 2 balls from that urn. So what I am taking that 10 black balls and 5 white balls are there. First what I will take that one, let E be the event that the first drawn ball is, the first drawn ball is black. What I am taken that E. E is the event that the first drawn ball is a black. So what is the probability? Is P of E is equal to how many black balls are there? 10. So that is nothing but the 10C1 by total number of white balls, that is nothing but 15C1. So 10 black balls, I am taken that what is the favorable event, that is the 10C1 by total number of events. Total number of balls is nothing but 10 plus 5 is 15 black balls. Okay, so that is nothing but, so 10 by 15. So probability of E. So 10 black balls are there out of 15. 10 black balls are there out of 15. What is the probability of getting the first drawn ball is a black? So that is nothing but the 10C1 by 15C1. That is nothing but 10 by 15. So similarly, what I am taking that without a replacement. Without a replacement, in the urn, how many black balls are there in the urn? 9 black and 5 white balls. 5 white balls. So in the urn, 9 black and 5 white balls without replacement. Why? Because what is the first ball you are taken, that ball is not replaced. So in the urn, how many balls are remains? In the urn, 9 black and 5 white balls are remaining. Let what we are taking that, let F be the event, that the second drawn ball is black. The second drawn ball is black. So that implies, so already we know that the first drawn ball is the black. So we are calculating that second drawn ball is also black. That meaning is, it is a conditional probability. What is that? Probability of F given by E is equal to, we are calculating the probability of getting the second drawn ball is black. Already I know that. What is that? The first drawn ball is black. That is the conditional probability. Probability of F given by E. We are calculating the second drawn ball is a black. Already I know that the first drawn ball is a black. So that is nothing but probability of F given by E. So what is that one? Probability of F given by E is nothing but, how many black balls are there, students? 9 black balls. Out of 9 plus 4 is a 15. That is 9 plus 4 is a 14. So that is nothing but 9C1 by 14C1. So that is nothing but 9 by 14. 9 by 14. So therefore clearly probability of E intersection F, P of E intersection F is the probability that both drawn balls are black. So what is that one? First ball is black and the second ball is also black. Are you understanding that? E intersection F represents that first ball is black and second ball is also black. The P of E intersection F is the probability that both drawn balls are black. So what is that one? By the multiplication theorem of probability, what is that one? By the multiplication rule of probability, P of E intersection F is nothing but probability of E into probability of F given by E. What is that multiplication rule of probability is? Probability of E intersection F is nothing but probability of E into probability of F given by E. So this value, what is this value is? Probability of E value is nothing but 10 by 15 into probability of F given by E is 9 by 14. 9 by 14. So 3 3's will be cancelled and 3 5's will be cancelled and 2 5's will be cancelled and 2 7's will be cancelled and 5 will be cancelled, students. So it will become that is equal to 3 by 7. That is equal to 3 by 7. So see that question, students. So what is that? An urn contains 10 black and 5 white balls. 2 balls are drawn one after the other. One after the other without a replacement. Without replacement. You have to underline this. One after the another without a replacement. Without replacement. So what is the probability that both drawn balls are black? Both drawn balls are black. First you have to take that E be the event that the first drawn ball is a black. How many black balls are there? 10. Total number of balls is 15. So 10C1 by 15C1 is nothing but 10 by 15. So next one, without a replacement. Without replacement meaning is in the urn you have only 9 black and 5 white balls remains. Why? Because that first ball we are not replaced. So that meaning is in the urn we have only 14 balls are there. Okay. So let F be the event that the second drawn ball is a black. So already I know that the first drawn ball is a black. I am taking one more ball. So that meaning is it is a conditional probability. Why? Because already you have one condition already, you know that. So that's why it is a conditional probability. Okay. So probability of F given by E is equal to 9C1 by 14C1. 9C1 by 14C1. So that is nothing but 9 by 14. 9 by 14. So P of E intersection F. E intersection F meaning is E and F occurs simultaneously. That meaning is one after the other. It will be happens. What is the probability is that? The probability that both drawn balls are black. So by the multiplication rule of probability of E intersection F, you can written as P of E into probability of F given by E. So that is nothing but replace the value and multiply that. You will get that answer is 3 by 7. 3 by 7. Okay. So see that question, students. See the next one is multiplication rule of probability more than two events. More than two events. In the previous one they are given that E comma F only. Here we will get that let E comma F and G are events in the sample space. Yes, in the sample space, yes, of the same experiment, then see here probability of E intersection F intersection G is equal to, in the previous one we are taking that probability of E intersection F only. Here we are taking that probability of E intersection F intersection G also. So how can you return that? By using of the previous formula. Okay. So first you have to return that the probability of first event, the probability of the first event into the probability of second event. Already I know that the probability of the first event, probability of E into, that is the first probability, that is the probability of the first event into the probability of the second event, given that already the probability of the first event already I know that, into probability of the third event. Already I know that the probability of E and F. Probability of E and F. The probability of E already I know that, and probability of F is also I know that. So how can you written this one, students? Probability of E intersection F intersection G you can written as the probability of the first function into the probability of the second function, given that the probability of the first function. Why? Because already I know the probability of the first function. Next, into probability of the third function, given that already I know that the probability of the first function and the probability of the first function and the second function also. That is the probability of E intersection F. And also it can be written as probability of E into probability of F given by E into probability of G given by F. Why? Because E intersection F you can written as EF also. So that is the formula, students. You can written that, you can use this formula for 4 or 5, any one. You can give that any number of events, you can use that this formula. Okay. So how to written that? Probability of the first function into the probability of the second function given that the probability of the first function. Already I know that, given that. Okay. Into probability of the third function given that the first two functions already happened. If the 4 is there, next we have to take that the probability of the fourth function given that the probability of the first three functions are happened, that is the probability of G. Next H, if we can take that probability of H given by probability of E intersection F intersection H, that is the G. Okay. So here we can taken that only 3 events, so we can take that probability of G given by E and F. Already I know these events. Okay. So here we can see that one example, we can understand that. Okay. So first see the example number 9. So what is the example number 9 is 3 cards are drawn. 3 cards are drawn successively. 3 cards are drawn successively without a replacement. Without a replacement from a pack of 52. From a pack of 52 well shuffled cards. How many cards they are taken? That 3 cards they are drawn successively from the well shuffled cards, well shuffled pack of cards. What is the probability? What is the probability that the first 2 cards are kings? The first 2 cards are kings and the third card drawn is an ace. The third drawn card is an ace. Already I know that in the 52 cards you have 2 sets are there. First one is the black and the 26 is the red and 26 is the black. And also each color card, and that means each card have 4 sets are there. For example, ace, 4 cards are there. 1 is the 2 is the 2 card, 4 cards. 3 is the 4 cards. 5 is the 4 cards. And also jockey is the 4 cards. Queen is the 4 cards and king is the 4 cards. All the cards are 4 cards, and out of these 4 cards 2 cards are black and 2 cards are red. 2 cards are black and 2 cards are red. So here king cards, how many king cards are there out of these 52? 4 king cards, 2 black and 2 red. Similarly ace cards also, in the 52 cards you have 4 cards are there. These out of these 4 cards 2 red cards and 2 black cards. All are ace cards but 2 red color cards and 2 black color cards are there. So what is the probability they are asking to you here? So how to solve this question here? So we are going to take that 3 events. So first we have to see that given 3 cards are drawn, 3 cards are drawn from a pack of 52 well shuffled cards. Well shuffled cards without replacement. Without replacement. Underline that word, students. Without a replacement, you have to understand that it is a multiplication rule of probability we have to use. Okay. So that is without a replacement we are taken that 3 cards. First what we will take that, let K be the event, let K denotes, let K stands for king card and A for ace card. What is K? K stands for king and A stands for ace card. So what I am taking that P of K is equal to let K be the event, event that the first drawn card, the first drawn card is king. The first drawn card is a king. So then what is the probabilities here? P of k is equal to k be the event that the first drawn card is a king. So P of k is equal to how many cards are there, students? Out of these 52, you have 4 king cards are there. That is nothing but P of k is equal to 4c1 by 52c1. So that is nothing but a 4 by 52. 4 by 52. And this is that. Next, without a replacement. Without a replacement in the pack 51 cards in the pack of 52 cards that is the 51 cards remains. 52 cards are remaining. So 52 cards are remaining. So next what we will take that, let that is the next we will take that probability of k given by k. Probability of k given by k is the probability. Next what we are taking that, once again we are taking the one more card. So that is nothing but, already I know that the first card is a king. So P of k given by k is the probability that the second drawn card drawn card is a king given that the first drawn card is king. So the first drawn card is king. What is the P of k by k? Is the probability that the second drawn card is a king, given that already I know that. What is that? The first drawn card is a king. So what is this probability, students? Probability of k given by k is equal to, so in the 51 cards already, out of the 52 cards we are taken one king. So how many king cards are there remaining? Only 3 cards are there in the pack. So out of these 51 cards, why? Because you are already taken out one card. So out of the 51 cards only 3 cards are king cards. Out of these 3 king cards you have to take one king. So that is nothing but, what is the probability is? That is nothing but 3c1 by 51c1. So that is nothing but 3 by 52. That is the 3 by 51. 3 by 51. So after taking this one without a replacement, so what is that one? Without a replacement. So that meaning is, without replacement meaning is we are not replacing the first 2 cards. Are you understanding that? Without a replacement in the card, in the pack, how many cards are there, students? In the previous one we have taken one card without replacement in the pack, 51 cards. One more card is removed. In the pack of 50 cards are remain. In the pack of 50 cards are remaining. 50 cards are remaining. In the pack you have only 50 cards are there. So then what is the probabilities here? Therefore probability of os given by k intersection k. So that meaning is, already the 2 cards are king cards you are drawn, already you know that. So what is the probability of getting the third card is an os, that is the meaning. Okay, so is the probability a probability of the third card, the third drawn card, the third drawn card is as. Given that drawn card is as, given that the first two drawn cards, that is the first drawn two cards, the first two drawn cards are king. That meaning is the probability of getting the as card. Already I know that the first two cards taken, that the first two cards are king cards. Already I know that condition. Okay. So this is the probability of A given by K intersection K. That is nothing but a probability of A given by K intersection K. You can written as K into K also. Why? Because A intersection B you can written as AB also. Okay. So probability of A given by K into K. It is nothing but how many as cards are there in the remaining 50? Only 50 cards are there. Why? Because you are already taken out 2 cards. Only 50 cards are there. Out of these 50, 4 as cards are there. So what is the probability of getting one as card? That is nothing but 4C1 by 50C1. So that is nothing but 4 by 50. So see that one, students? Probability of A given by K into K. Therefore, by the multiplication theorem of probability, P of K intersection A is the probability that the first card, the first drawn card, probability that the first and second cards are black, and third drawn card is as. It is not a black, it is a king actually. So he is a king, and the third drawn card is as. What is this meaning is, students? So 3 cards are drawn. What is that? P of K intersection K is nothing but the first one is king card, and the second one is the king card, and the third one is the as card. That is the meaning. So by multiplication rule of probability, by the multiplication rule of probability, what is that, students? Probability of K intersection A. So it can be written as, what is that? I am given the formula, probability of the first event into the probability of the second event, given that already the first event is happened. That is the probability of K given by K into probability of third event. That is nothing but A given by first 2 events are happened. So that is nothing but, what is the probability of K? Probability of K is nothing but 4 by 52. 4 by 52 into probability of K by K. Probability of K by K is nothing but 3 by 51 into probability of A into, that is the probability of A given by KK, that is nothing but 4 by 50. So cancel the students here. So that is nothing but, you can get that 2 by 5525. Cancel that value, you can get the value 2 by 5525. Okay. So see that question, students, once again. So what is that? So what is the multiplication rule of probability? More than two events. The multiplication rule of probability more than two events. What is that? Three cards are drawn successively without replacement from a pack of 52 well shuffled cards. So what is the probability that the first two cards are kings and the third card drawn card is an ace? So that is nothing but how to get this one is the first we are taking that K stands for king card and A stands for ace card. Okay. So let K be the event that the first drawn card is a king. So how many king cards are there? That is the 4 cards are there out of 52. So what is the probability of getting the king card? 4 by 52. 4 by 52. Without a replacement. Without replacement meaning is in the cards already you are taken one card. So there are only 51 cards are there. Out of these 51 only 3 cards are king cards. Okay. So what is the probability of getting the second card is also a king. That is nothing but probability of K given by K. So that is nothing but a 3C1 by 51C1. So that is equal to 3 by 51. So next without a replacement, that meaning is already you are taken the 2 cards out. There are only 50 cards are there. Out of these 50 cards, how many ace cards are there? You have a 4 ace cards are there. So then what is the probability is A given by K intersection K. That meaning is already you are taken that 2 cards. Already you know that this is the king cards. There are only 50 cards are there. Out of these 50 cards you have the 4 ace cards are there. What is the probability of getting the ace card? That is nothing but probability of A given by K into K. So that is nothing but 4 by 50. 4 by 50. So then what is the probability? The probability of K intersection A. That is it denotes that the probability of the first and second drawn cards are a king and the third card is an ace. That is represents the probability. So by the we can use for this one by the multiplication rule of probability more than 2 events, we can use the formula. What is that formula is here? Probability of the first event into probability of the second event given that the first event already you know the first event into probability of the third event given that already first 2 events already you know that. Or understand that? So that is nothing but already you are calculate all these 3 things. Just to substitute the value here, you will get the answer. That is nothing but the 2 by 55. That is the 5525. Do the calculation, you will get the answer. Okay. So see that question, students. See the next concept, that is the independent events. What is the independent events is nothing but if you are taking the 2 events, E and F are 2 events, the event of E does not depending upon the second event. That is nothing but, so what is the definition is, see here, if E and F are said to be, that is the events are associated with the same random experiment such that the probability of occurrence of one of them, that meaning is one event probability does not affected the occurrence of the second event. The probability of the occurrence of the first event does not affect the occurrence of the second event. So that type of events, that type of a probability, that is that type of events is called independent events. Independent events. What is the definition, students? E and F are 2 events associated with the same random experiment. The probability of the occurrence of the one event does not affect the occurrence of the second event. That is called independent events. For example, 2 events, I am taking that E and F are 2 events are said to be independent if probability of F given by E, that meaning is we are calculating the probability of F. Already one event is already happened. What is that event is E, but this happening of E does not affect the probability of F. So that meaning is probability of F given by E, it will give you directly P of F. Why? Because that E does not affect the probability of F. So in that case we can get a P of F, and but P of E not equal to 0. P of E value not equal to 0 compulsory. And also the probability of E, we are calculating the probability of E, already one event is occurred. What is that? F event is already occurred, but this probability does not affect the probability of E. Why? Because these are independent events. That meaning is the probability of E given by F, it will give you that P of E only. Why? Because the probability of F does not affect the probability of occurrence of E. So that's why you will get the P of E directly. That is the P of F and not equal to 0, and you have to provide this P of F compulsory not equal to 0. And also by the multiplication theorem of probability, multiplication rule of probability, what we have, that is first by the conditional probability. We know that. What is that? We know that probability of E given by F, probability of E given by F. What is the formula, students? Already know that probability of E given by F we can written, already we know the condition, probability of E intersection F we can written as probability of E into probability of F given by E. Multiplication rule of probability. That implies the probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into, already we are taken that if E and F are independent events, probability of F given by E, it will give you that P of F only. So that implies it will become that P of F. So probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. It will provide that P of E not equal to 0, comma, P of F not equal to 0. P of F not equal to 0. E and F are independent events. Then probability of F given by E, it will provide that P of F and P of E not equal to 0. Probability of E given by F, it will give you that P of E only. Why? Because it does not affect the occurrence of the E. So here probability of E intersection F, by the multiplication rule of probability, what you know that probability of E intersection F we can written as a probability of E into probability of F given by E. So probability of E intersection F you can written as P of E into probability of F given by E is nothing but P of F. We can take this way. Are you understanding that? From this one we can take the definition 3 also. We can take the definition 3. What is that? Let E and F are two events associated with same random experiment with the same random experiment such that with the same random experiment the events E and F, the events E and F, the events E and F are independent if. So what is the definition is here? Probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. P of E into P of F. So two events, if you in the problems, if you want to show that the two events are independent events, what we have to show that, students? Probability of E intersection F. Probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. Then we can declare that E and F are independent events. In the questions they will ask that we have to show that the two events are independent events. What we have to show that? Probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. Then we can declare that the two events are independent events. Okay, so in the problems we have to show this condition. Okay, so see that concept, students. See some example here, students. What is the example number 10 is? See that example. A die is thrown if E is the event, the number appearing is a multiple of E, multiple of 3. What is the E event is? E is the event of, the number appearing is a multiple of 3, and F be the event, the number appearing is even. Then find whether E and F are independent events or not. Okay, so first see this one, students. How to solve this question is, a die is thrown, given a die is thrown die is thrown. Let S be the sample space. Let S be the sample space of the experiment. Then S is equal to, what is the S, students? If you are roll a die, what is the outcomes are 1 2 3 4 5 6. So let given, what is that? They are already given that. Given E be the event, given E is the event of getting a number is a multiple of 3. So E is the event of getting a number is a multiple of 3. So that is nothing but E is equal to, what is E, students? E is nothing but multiple of 3 is nothing but 3 comma 6 only. So that implies what happens here, n of E is equal to, what is n of E? N of E is equal to 2. Therefore probability of E is equal to n of E by n of S. So that is nothing but 2 by, what is this value, students? N of S value is nothing but 6 only. So that is nothing but 2 by 6. It will become that 1 by 3. Given one more event is given, that what is that? Given F is the event of getting a number is even number. So what is that? F is equal to, what is F, students? F is equal to, what is the even numbers are? 2 comma 4 comma 6. So that implies n of F is equal to 3. So therefore probability of F is equal to n of F by n of S. So it will become that 3 by 6. So it will become that 1 by 2. It will become 1 by 2. So therefore clearly E intersection F is equal to, what is E intersection F? E intersection F is a set. What is that one? You can take that intersection here, 2 4 6 and 3 6. So what is the intersection? You will get that only one set. So that implies n of E intersection F is equal to 1. In that set you have only one simple point, that is a 6 only. So the number of events in the set is nothing but a 1. So therefore probability of E give intersection F is equal to n of E intersection F by n of S. So this value n of E intersection F value is 1, n of S value is 6. So therefore probability of E intersection F is equal to 1 by 6. Take this is the equation number 1. And here what I am going to calculate, P of E into P of F is equal to, what is the P of E, students? P of E value is nothing but 1 by 3 into P of F value. P of F value is 1 by 2. So that is equal to 1 by 6. So therefore P of E into P of F is equal to 1 by 6. Take this is the equation number 2. From 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, P of E intersection F, P of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. Therefore, the events E and F are independent. So see that question, students, how to show that the two events are independent events. So what I am taking that first, let S be the sample space. First take the event E. So calculate the probability of that event. Take the second event and calculate the probability of that event. Next take the intersection. So that is nothing but probability of that intersection, E intersection F value. Then calculate that P of E into P of F. So P of E into P of F is 1 by 6. Equate them. So 1 and 2 are both are equal. We can can say that P of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. Then we can say that independent events. Otherwise, take a note here. P of E intersection F is not equal to P of E into P of F, then we can say that E comma F are not independent. That is nothing but the dependent events. P of E intersection F is not equal to P of E into P of F. So here also these are values of P of E not equal to 0 and P of F not equal to 0. So it is not equal to 0, we can say that these are not independent. If it is both are equal, then we can say that independent events. Okay, so see that question, students. Next example number 13. So what is the example number 13 is, prove that if E and F are independent events, so that events E and F dash, that meaning is if E and F are independent events, then show that they are asking that E and F dash also independent events. So what we have to prove that one? We have to prove that probability of, if you are show that two events are independent events, you have to show that P of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. So here you have to show that E and F dash are independent events. That meaning is you have to show that P of E into P of F dash, then we can say that E and F dash are independent events. So how to prove this one here? So first we have to see that already given that in the problem. So what is that? Given E and F are independent events, So that implies probability of E intersection F is equal to P of E into P of F. P of E into P of F. So here, see this one, the Venn diagram. So E is a one event and F is a one event here. If it is a E and if it is a F. So what is this? The three sets are here. 1, 2, 3. So this set is nothing but, what is this set, students? E intersection F dash. This set is called E intersection F dash. This set. And what is this set, students? This is nothing but E intersection F. And what is this, students? This is nothing but this set is nothing but E intersection E complement intersection F. So this is the E union F. We can divide into three parts. So first one is the E intersection F complement. Next one is the E intersection F. And this set, this part is called E complement intersection F. And the remaining this part is called E complement intersection F complement. Okay. So here we can observe that this E we are divided into two parts. What is that one? Two disjoint mutual exclusive events. What is that one is? E clearly E intersection F dash and E union F are mutually exclusive events. Why? Because there is no common part, there is no intersection of these two. So that meaning is E intersection F dash and E union F, these two, this one and this one, are mutually exclusive events. And also we can see that E is equal to, what is the E? That is nothing but E can be written as E intersection F dash union E intersection F. E can be written as E intersection F dash union E union F. If you can apply the probability here, P of E is equal to, so P of E intersection F dash plus probability of E intersection F. Why? Because these two are mutual exclusive events. Already know that P of A union B you can written as P of A plus P of B only. P of A union B you can written as P of A plus P of B only. Addition theorem on probability, already know that P of E is equal to, if you can apply the probability here, P of A union B is nothing but P of A plus P of B. And from this one you can take this value to this side. What happens? P of E intersection F dash is equal to P of E minus P of E intersection F. So that implies P of E intersection F dash is equal to P of E minus, already we know that P of E intersection F value is nothing but P of E into P of F. We can written as P of E into P of F. So that implies P of E intersection F, we can take the common P of E. So it will become that 1 minus P of F. 1 minus P of F. So that implies P of E intersection F is equal to P of E intersection F is equal to P of E into 1 minus P of F. 1 minus P of F is nothing but P of F complement. 1 minus P of F is nothing but P of F complement. F complement. So therefore P of E intersection F complement you are written as P of E into P of F complement. So you are written this one. Therefore E comma F complement, that implies E comma F complement or independent events. So what they are given, E and F are independent events. Then what is the conclusion is that E comma F dash are independent events. All are understood, students? So see that question. So similarly we can prove this one here, students. See the note point. So what is that? E comma F are independent events. If E comma F are independent events, E and F are independent events. Then we are already proved that E comma F dash are independent. Second one is E complement comma F are independent, and E complement comma F complement are also independent. So see that one, students. If E and F are independent events, I am already proved that E comma F dash are independent events. Similarly, E dash comma F is also independent, and also E complement comma F complement are also independent. So try these two also, students. Okay. So E and F are independent events. E F dash is independent events. E dash F is independent events. E dash F dash is also independent events. Okay. So see that note point. See the next example. Example number 14. So what is the example number 14 is, if A and B are two independent events, then the probability of occurrence of at least one of A and B, the probability of occurrence of at least one of A and B is given by 1 minus P of A complement into P of B complement. This is the formula actually. So what is the probability of occurrence of at least one event A and B? So that is nothing but 1 minus probability of A complement into probability of B complement. So see that one, students, how to solve this question here. So already given that given A and B are two independent events, events. That implies probability of A union, that is the probability of A intersection B, probability of A intersection B, that is equal to P of A into P of B. So we have probability of occurrence of at least one of A and B. What is the meaning is occurrence of at least one, meaning is A union B. Yes or no? That is nothing but probability of A union B. At least occurrence of at least one, meaning is either A or B or both also. At least one. Are understanding that? That is nothing but probability of A union B. Probability of at least occurrence of one event is nothing but probability of A union B. So here probability of A union B, already you know the addition theorem on probability. What is that probability of A union B? You can written as P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. P of A union B is nothing but P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. That is equal to P of A plus P of B minus A and B are independent events. We can written as P of A into P of B. P of A into P of B. So that implies P of A plus, I will take that P of B common from these two, so that it will become that 1 minus P of A, 1 minus P of A. Already I know that what is that P of A plus P of A complement, it will become the 1 only. So already though this condition, from this one P of A you can written as 1 minus P of A complement plus P of B into 1 minus P of A, we can written as P of A complement. So P of A, I am written 1 minus P of A complement. 1 minus P of A, we can written as P of A complement. So that implies 1 minus, from these two, I will take the common P of A complement. So what is the remaining is here, students? 1 minus P of B. I am taking that minus P of A complement is a common, it will become that 1 minus P of B. So it will become that 1 minus P of A complement, 1 minus P of B. 1 minus P of B is nothing but, what is this? This is nothing but probability of B complement, probability of B complement. So that is nothing but probability of occurrence of at least one of A and B is nothing but 1 minus probability of A complement into probability of B complement. Okay, students? So complete the remaining examples before this exercise 13.2. Okay. So complete all the examples before this exercise. Important examples are there. So complete the remaining examples. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue that exercise 13.2. Okay. We will continue in the next class.